So you want to know the top 10 YouTube videos of all time? Well, technically they're my top 10 YouTube videos of all time, but nobody cares about that. Now before we get right into this list, I just want to specify that I'm trying to only include videos that were specifically made for YouTube. So just random movie clips and cool clips and music videos I'm not going to be counting. As I'm sure some of those could be included, but I wanted to include mostly just things made for YouTube. And if I do put something in here by accident that wasn't specifically made from YouTube and it's from a website or something, don't hang me. I'm not perfect. But anyways, before I get into the top 10, we're going to go through a long list of honorable mentions because there's just so many great ones that I needed to include in this video that didn't quite make the top 10 list, but definitely should be watched.
Goodbye to those who cannot join us.
I think the party's downstairs. Let's check it out.
Call me on my line.
Get up off your ass and get the fuck down here! I got shit over here I'm trying to fucking sell!
The big man would walk 20 miles for a Quaalude, let me tell you! That was the drug back there in the late 70s and 80s, Quaaludes!
Let's open the blinds and maybe we're gonna see some stars out today.
Fighting for your life with Shia LaBeouf. Wrestling your knife with Shia LaBeouf.
There's a kid looking. There's a
There's
kid.
a child.
Don't point the camera at him. Don't. He's staring right at us.
What if I shut the window?
Don't do that. It'll break.
Robocop, Terminator, Captain Curtain, Darth Vader, low pants, Superman, every single Power Ranger. No matter what comes, fresh goes to
Yeah, that was a lot, but they're all great, and I highly suggest you watch every single one of them. Anyways, on to number 10.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Now, if you were around for the glory days of YouTube in its broadcast yourself era, you are certain to remember this one. I actually think this was the first YouTube video I've ever seen. And I remember the distinct moment I first saw it. It was the summer of 2006. I was at a friend's house, and he pulled up a link on AOL, and he showed me it, and it was definitely probably not something a 7-8-year-old, however old I was, should have watched. But there's a lot to dissect from this video, and like I said, it's an absolute classic. The person who made this, Liam Kyle Sullivan, was one of the biggest YouTubers in its early days thanks to his numerous hilarious skits. But this one was considered to be his magnum opus by many. And the thing starts out with a hilarious skit of himself playing all the multiple different characters in what is one of my favorite parts of the video, and right away is something that's extremely quotable.
Go ahead and open your present.
What'd you expect? Condoms?
I'm gonna butt slap you, shitbag.
Fiscal responsibility. What are you gonna do with your life?
Then you get this long music video about a shoe obsession, which may have aged a little bit, but I promise you in 2006 this was hilarious.
These shoes rule. The
it should stop.
And the production value of this video and just how insane this video gets at the end as everything starts to fall apart. It's something to admire for the time and was definitely one of the best videos to come out of the earliest years of YouTube.
Somebody once told me the world's gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
At number 9, I have Shrek Retold. Uploaded by 3GI in 2018, this video consists of numerous creators coming together to recreate the entirety of the 2001 movie Shrek. Shrek has become somewhat of a cultural meme icon over the years, especially since the mid-2010s with the whole Shrek is love, Shrek is life movement. And I think this whole Shrek commotion kind of peaked with this video. But not only that, the video itself is just a crowning achievement on YouTube. Just the fact that so many creators were able to come together and make something so unique and cool, I think speaks miles. And this thing ranges all different kinds of styles and creators. Some of it's really high quality, some of it's really low quality. It ranges from laugh out loud comedy to the very profound. And all of it together is just one big enjoyable mess. There have been some other retold projects that have surfaced since this. I'm actually a part of one that's coming out somewhat soon, I think. It's currently in development. It's a retelling of Spider-Man. The 2002 version. But I think Shrek Retold is the crowning jewel of these videos, especially considering it was the first of its kind. At least, I'm pretty sure it was.
Great news, the quarks are now happily married in groups of 3, called a proton or a neutron. And there's something else flying around too that wants to join in but can't because it's still too...
At number 8, I have History of the Entire World, I Guess, from Bill Wirtz, made in 2017. Bill Wirtz is a very popular YouTuber slash musician who is mostly known for his unique and quirky animations and songs on YouTube. Most of his popularity came from the predecessor to the video I'm about to talk about, which was The History of Japan, a short animated musical video that just simply lists all the historical events of Japan. This was, for a long time, his most beloved video. Fast forward a couple years later, and he decides to step it up a notch, and he releases History of the Entire World. I mean, straight away, there's so much to admire about not only just how much effort was put into this video, but Bill Wirtz's unique ability to entertain people. Also, this video is just immensely quotable.
You can make a religion out of this.
There's like a whole entire subreddit dedicated to Bill Wirtz memes, and most of them are just quotes from this video. And there's just nothing to dislike about this one. It has Bill Wirtz's creative style all over it, an immense amount of effort put into not only the animation and the music, but the history that it covers. And its insane number of viewers at 143 million as of this video, which is insane. Everybody and their grandmother has seen this video. This came out right as I was finishing high school, and I remember we watched both this and The History of Japan in class. But yeah, great video. On to the next one.
Who's there?
Hey, my name's Garrett Smith.
Garrett Smith, who?
Hey, my name's Garrett Smith, and I have had exactly 0 sex partners.
At number 7, I have Lasagna Cat's sex survey results, uploaded in 2017. This is easily one of the most bizarre videos you will ever see on YouTube and probably in your entire life. But it's absolutely brilliant. Lasagna Cat is also a channel that has been around since almost the dawn of YouTube, with his first video uploaded in 2007. And his videos mostly feature very surreal live action versions of old Garfield cartoons. There are many classics to explore within his channel, but his latest upload it's just quite a send out. And I say it's a send out because it's the last video he uploaded, and it was uploaded 5 years ago, so I don't know if he's going to do something else. But this video is just something else. The basic premise of the video is they did a survey where they asked people what their body count was as far, like how many people they've had sex with. And they left a voicemail explaining that response. These responses are presented in the form of a knock-knock joke where they'll knock at the door and then John will hear the knocks and say, "Who is it?" And then they'll say, they'll say their name, and then he'll say their name, "Who?" And then he opens the door, and then the voicemail plays of their answer of the sex results. Some of them, most of them are very simple. They just state their name and then the number.
Leo Nerville, 0.
Some of them go on a little bit longer.
Crafty Takanuchi, I have had zero sexual partners. I am terribly alone and scared. Please fucking help me.
And then some of them are just ridiculous.
There was no penetration, there was some intimacy, and I was just kind of like, I kind of hate this. And so I just sort of walked home. I wouldn't put down one, because, I guess sex is kind of a social construct itself, so you can kind of...
So, this is a pretty simple premise. It's a little weird as it is, but what makes it crazier is this goes on for 4 hours long. Almost 5. And might I add, every single one of these shots is different. It's not like they just copied and pasted this shot over and over again and put a bunch of different voicemails over it, which in itself would still be a lot of work, but the fact that all these shots are different, the immense amount of work that and craft and care that was put into this video is insane. But then after all this blows over and the final survey result is answered, the video finishes in a very cinematic climax that is one of the most disturbing things you will see on YouTube, yet also one of the most cinematic. It'll leave you wondering how this is even still available on YouTube. But trust me when I say this thing is a masterpiece, and in my opinion, easily should be considered one of the top 10 YouTube videos ever made.
Well, what is? And you say, oh my God! Don't get my sex. What I have to do is turn the TV. Shut up!
At number 6, I have Yoda Retires, uploaded by Green Boys in 2021. Green Boys was a channel that pretty infrequently uploaded random videos of a Yoda puppet in various precarious situations. I was a big fan of this channel. There's a lot of hilarious stuff on there. A lot of it has to do with Yoda getting involved with illegal substances. So I guess after a while they were just kind of done with the channel, and instead of just putting it aside, they decided to make a very beautiful send-off video. At about 12 minutes long, this video focuses on Yoda and him viewing his past and his bad decisions of indulging in drugs, and alcohol of all kinds. And not only is this thing riddled with hilarious jokes,
Yo, someone call 911.
What's their number?
including a feature from VoiceOver Pete, but once again, the direction of this video and the cinematography is absolutely brilliant, as well as the storytelling, as it follows Yoda looking back on his past mistakes and kind of growing from them after having an overdose. I just really respect the amount of effort and craft that went into this video. The production value is unlike anything the channel has uploaded previously, and nobody really expected or asked for it, but it exists, and I'm very thankful that it does. And it only has about 50-something thousand views, so it deserves more. Go check it out. Go check out the entire channel while you're at it. And the fact that this video almost makes you feel something for this puppet Yoda, like you feel bad for him, is an achievement in itself. And while you're feeling those feelings of pity and guilt, you can't also help but laugh at yourself for feeling this way towards this ridiculous video.
Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage! Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage! Better come down here.
At number 5, I have another classic, Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage, uploaded by Big Dog Eat Child in 2009. Just a classic skit video of a fake infomercial regarding a restaurant that features barbecue and foot massages. Already a pretty zany approach to a restaurant, but the delivery in this commercial is immensely quotable and hilarious.
If it fit through the dough, I'll put it in the fry. Hell, this is a dinosaur.
Fake infomercials was a pretty popular genre in the early days of YouTube, and I think this one tops them all. It's clever, it's funny, it feels like a real infomercial. I feel like I should have more to say about this, but that's pretty much all it is. It's just a really good skit comedy, fake infomercial video that packs plenty of laughs.
Decide you don't want no barbecue. Well, that's fine too. Why not let one of my foot specialists or myself perform our magic? Look at that, don't they look wonderful?
He also has another one which is almost as good, which is called Jones Big Ass Truck Rental and Storage. So check that one out too.
Ian! What? There's a ghost in my house!
At number 4, I have The Haunting by Smosh, uploaded in 2007. As someone who grew up with the very first few years of YouTube, I'm a very big fan of the do-it-yourself era. In my opinion, this was the best era of YouTube before all the commentaries like this one, before all the tutorial videos and all the big budget crap and throwing money at people and the pranks, all that crap. Everything had a very homemade quality to it. And if you watched YouTube in the early days, chances are you 100% knew Smosh. Smosh at the time were the kings of sketch comedy on YouTube. And like I was explaining before, everything had a very homemade production to it. And while Smosh is still around today, it is not the same channel at all. To me, the absolute peak year for Smosh was 2007. Back when it was just Ian and Anthony just making stupid fun videos by themselves. And these videos are hilariously idiotic, but also have a very comforting innocence to them. There's just something to admire about Ian and Anthony's friendship in these early videos. Like, even though they are caricatures of their real selves, their friendship really shines through in the videos. And everything just feels so carefree and funny. Looking back on the videos these days, Ian and Anthony have expressed somewhat of, I guess, not disappointment, but they look at them as like videos that weren't made very well and that aren't very funny compared to, you know, their videos that they have later, which are like written by a million people. But I disagree. I think these videos are hilarious, they're grounded, and they have a lot of soul. And I think the best of these videos from the early Smosh days, in my opinion, of the many great ones to choose from, is The Haunting. The video is a very simple premise. It involves Ian going over to Anthony's house, and Anthony tells Ian that he believes his house is haunted. And Ian doesn't believe him, as he doesn't believe in ghosts, but Anthony continues to persist in his ghost theories. And this video packs so many hilarious and lighthearted moments.
Nice watch, Gay Wad.
Thanks, man. It's Reptar. Is your person a woman? Yes or no?
You and your stupid ghost. And yes, my person is a woman. I hate this game. It was Alfred, wasn't it?
I was thirsty, so I went to the refrigerator to get some OJ. Then I put him back in the refrigerator, and I got some orange juice.
And while the humor may not have aged perfectly in some areas, there are still parts of this video that make me laugh audibly. And the simple premise and structure kind of complements the homemade feel of the video. It's easy to watch, it's funny, it's quotable, and has a ending that I did not understand when I was a kid when I watched it, but when I watched it so many years later again, it was like the funniest part of the video. Yeah, once again, out of all the early Smosh videos, this one's my absolute favorite.
Look at all the mushrooms we have, Mario. You cannot be so sad.
It's Terminal 5!
Yes, we are in Zone 5, Mario.
No, it's...
At number 3, you know I had to put something involving Filthy Frank in this video. And once again, there are lots of great ones to choose from, but I think the pinnacle of Filthy Frank and Friends is Super Trash Bros vs. Danky Kang, uploaded in 2016 by Max Mofo. Like I said, there are many classics that could probably make this list on their own. There is no denying that Hair Cake was a monumental moment in Filthy Frank's YouTube career and just the state of YouTube in general. But I get the most enjoyment out of this video, and I think it is the one that truly represents everything that Filthy Frank and crew were the best at. It features dumb skits, self-depreciation.
No, Bowser is a count. Sometimes Bowser is a stupid count. What are you thinking, Mario? You know the thing I like about mushrooms, Mario? What do you like about the mushrooms, Luigi? They smell like a daisy pussy. Oh! There's only pain. There is only pain. Come on, Mario, don't be so sad.
People getting hurt.
Oh! 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 We got to go, come on! Cheese! Fuck! Go in the water,
Terrible acting in quotes.
Eat up, Mario, eat up. You have not eaten at all today.
I cannot keep escaping reality with these drugs!
Peach's pussy's mine.
Stupid costumes. Everything that you'd want to expect from a Filthy Frank video. And I suppose I should mention the other people in the video. Obviously you have iDubbbz, you have Max Mofo, the person who uploaded it, and then you have Chad, aka Fat Cunt. And while it looked extremely painful and very harmful to film this video, it's also a lot of fun. Not only from a viewer's standpoint, but it seemed like they almost had fun making it. It's as if they took a very simple storyline slash premise, something super dumb that they could think of, and they turned it into the most bizarre shit possible. You laugh with them, you laugh at them, in something that feels what is both very carefully put together, yet very sloppily executed.
Fire the bazooka!
I'm pumping!
At number 2, one that many of you probably haven't heard of, it's a video called Water Wars, uploaded by Jason Smith in 2011. This 21-minute long video features a bunch of teenagers coming together one summer and making what almost feels like a short film of them having a red versus blue water gun war. And this is another one of those videos that has a wonderful homemade quality to it. Not only in its production, but in its actors and in its setting. It's something that feels very at home, and it reminds you of memories that you had as a kid with your friends. And while this thing has a very homemade quality, it is still very, very well shot and made. When I initially clicked on this video, I did not expect it to be as good as it was. And not only is this entertainingly well made, but it's also extremely funny. There are countless funny moments in this video that made me laugh and are also extremely clever.
Where is the blue base?
James, do any of your friends need a snack?
Oh, Stacy? She's right there. Nah, man. She's right here.
Here goes nothing.
How is it going?
I don't know. I've never seen this much water before.
I mean, seriously, for what feels like such a homemade project, the writing in this is phenomenal. And I think this just represents everything that YouTube is supposed to be about. Coming together with your friends and making stupid videos for the internet to enjoy. And this one is by far my favorite of those kinds of videos. It'll leave you laughing, entertained, and feeling nostalgic. It's one great experience, and I highly suggest more of you watch it. Number 1 is a video I'm sure nobody expected, but it's a video called My Childhood Home, Then and Now, uploaded by a channel called Bam 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 in 2016. This, to me, is the most powerful YouTube video I've ever seen. It's very simple in nature. It features a person revisiting their childhood home with a camcorder and lining up his camcorder in certain angles that match old photographs of his childhood. But the thing is that the house that he's exploring and filming that once belonged to him is now abandoned. So we get this feeling of a life that we never lived lost in the past. It reminds us of our lives, of our past lives, of our childhoods, of our families. Not to mention the post-rock track that is put on top of this to accentuate the bittersweetness of it. It reminds us that we're constantly getting older, and these memories that we have and we share so fondly of our past are just that. They're fleeting memories. But all we can do is just sit around and enjoy it in our heads and be thankful that it happened. This video will leave you with all kinds of emotions. You will feel sad, you will feel nostalgic, you'll almost feel guilty for this house being abandoned. It's just very depressing to see a house that was once teeming with life now destitute and falling apart. It's as if it's not just the house, it's as if it's a memory itself. And as the house falls apart, so do our memories associated with it. So this video isn't the craziest thing on YouTube. It's not the most well put together. It's not the YouTubiest YouTube video. But to me, it packs the biggest punch. It's a video that leaves you with something. And that was it. That was my top 10 YouTube videos of all time. I'm sure a lot of you won't completely agree with my list, because, I mean, some of these videos aren't that popular, and you know, there's other ones that are considered the all-time greats that I didn't include. But if there's any hidden gems or just videos you felt that should have been on here that aren't, let me know, because I'd love to watch them if I haven't seen them already. And if you haven't seen any of these videos, once again, I highly recommend that you go and watch them. So please subscribe, stay tuned for more, and maybe I'll make one of the best YouTube videos of all time in the future. You'll just have to stick around and wait to find out.